Hello, my name is Sheraz Hussain and this is Anime Matters. So today we'll be doing the tier list for all the candidates in the Examiner arc in Hunter x Hunter. The higher the tier, the more powerful the character is. And the lower the tier, the lower the character is. So we start off with Hanzo, and I think Hanzo was actually pretty decent. I would put him stronger than Gon. So I would probably give him an A. I would say he's obviously weaker than Hisoka and Illumi. So, yeah, I would say he is an A. Next character is Aegon. We didn't see much of him, other than him pretty much getting killed off by Hisoka. I would put him as well, as an E character, I'd say, because he was pretty much weak, I'd say. Next up is Nicholas. He was pretty much at the very first trial bit, where they were doing the marathon, until he got disqualified by fainting. Since he lost so early, I would say he's an F. Next up is Gozu. He died during the whole survival round by Illumi. So I guess I'll put him as E. Okay, next up is Cherry. I think Cherry died, I think because of Hisoka. I think he killed him off. Yeah, it was nothing. He wasn't really that important, really. Yeah, so I would. Well, to be fair, at least he tried to attempt to get Hisoka. I'll give him an E. Next up is Saipa. You know what the funny thing about Saipa is? She's a girl, as far as I know. But for some reason in this anime, they call her a him rather than a he rather than a she. And I always find that really weird, especially Illumi. He always seems to call a lot of women he. Saipa Girl gets an E as well, I guess. She was not really special, to be fair. Well, at least in the 2011 one. I think in the 99 version, they did give her a little bit more character, I think. Up next is Tompa, the rookie killer. You know what? I'm going to give Tompa a D. I'll tell you why. It's because he's a survivor. He's a veteran, he's a survivor. He's not really that powerful, but I think a D is fair for him. Next up is Ponzu, the bee girl. You know what? I'll give her a D as well. At least she's got some special abilities. At least for this arc, she had potential. Yeah, and yeah, I'll give her a D. All right, next up is, I believe his name is pronounced as Ku. He got shot by Pockle. Right. So yeah, I would say he's either an E or F. I would give him a benefit of the doubt that he was going to be good, so I'll give him an E, since he did survive the previous rounds. All right, next up is Greta. Greta, I would say a B. I'll tell you why. Because he was able to outsmart Gon, and get his badge, and he was stalking pretty much Gon throughout the days of the survival round. I would say that's worthy of a B. Of course, he eventually got killed off by Hisoka. So yeah, I think B is quite fair for him. Okay, up next is the Amori brothers. They're a bunch of jabronis, to be fair. Yeah, well, to be fair, at least they work as a duo, well, a trio. Um, yeah, I'll give them an E, since they pretty much went through a few rounds to at least survive. Up next is the professional wrestler, I might as well just call him Tenzan because he's pretty much is Tenzan from New Japan Pro Wrestling. I would say, well, his actual real name is Todo in this Hunter x Hunter series. Um, he was a bit of a coward, to be fair. I mean, he did pretty much failed one of the rounds by just not going for it. Still, maybe I guess I'll give him an E. Okay, so up next we got the Snake Charmer, Bourbon. Um, I would say, you know what, Bourbon did have potential. I mean, he managed to lay a trap in the cave. So I guess I'll give him a D. Yeah, I think D is fair. Up next, we've got the veteran old man of a fighter, Bordereau. Um, I would say he was not probably as powerful as Leorio, for example, but I think he had enough skill to possibly defeat Leorio, maybe, though I guess so. I'll put him as a C, I guess. Up next, we've got Pockle. Um, to be fair, I kind of wonder how he managed to get a hunter's license straight away. I didn't think he was really tough. Just like pretty much what Kilo I thought as well. But hey, he passed. Well, who knows what lies in his future. Next up, we got Leorio, and I would say Leorio of all four of the main characters is by far the weakest. Though in you could pretty much say he does have potential to be a top tier character, but not right now. And yeah, I would say in this arc he was a C because I don't think he was as strong as the other three main characters of the show. Next is Gon. I would say Gon is superior to Leorio. So I would say he's a B. I don't think he was as strong as Hanzo, so yes, I think B is probably a good place to put him. He does have potential to obviously exceed, but in this arc, I would say he was a B. Okay, Kurapika is next. Kurapika, I would say, I know he wasn't as fast as Gon through the whole marathon bit, but you know what? I think he is in the same league as Gon in this arc. So yeah, B. As for my next one, Killua, I would say Killua was ahead of both of them, and maybe probably not as strong as Hanzo at the time. But you know what? I would still put Killua as an A as well. Alright, next up is Matthew. Guess what he's getting? A big F. Oh my, let's see who's my last two. Well, first up is Hisoka. Well, he's gonna get a big S because he is clearly an S tier, and by far he should have already passed this hunter exam a long time ago. In fact, he's pretty much stronger than, or as strong as most of the examiners. Okay, last one. Gitaraka. Well, it's really Illumi. Of course, yes, S as well. I would say he's in the same tier list, or same tier as Hisoka. So yeah, he gets an S. Hisoka and Girataka, or Illumi, top tier. So yeah, these are my tier lists for the Hunter x Hunter exam arc of all the contestants from the strongest to the weakest. I hope you all enjoyed this, and maybe I'll make some more videos on other tier lists for animes, depending on power levels or just likability. So, peace out and take care, because anime matters.